Intermittently. Don't ask me why.
You ready?
I am ready. Let's go. So we landed right here, and then we're going to drive up Division Street. There's Bookerman right there, and I believe, yeah, right here is the Huntley Beatty Preserve. So we'll walk down. There's a path here. You probably don't see on the map.
So there's not even any water on there.
There's no, and there's I guess it's an old quarry area. They just opened up about a year ago. The state opened up as a state preserve, so we're gonna check that out. Evidently, you said looked pretty good.
So that's the game plan. I'm not sure if you guys remember, but in the last video I posted from this whole Lakeside, Ohio trip, I was doing some nonchalant fossil rock hunting with the grandparents and my mom. I kind of reluctantly tagged along, but it ended up paying off, as when I was back there, I stumbled upon this kind of good-looking strip pond. While I was doing some rock hunting, I stumbled upon this little stone quarry creek. I mean, that looks sick. So once I discovered that, I realized it was time to come back. So here we are the next day. I'm here with just my dad on Kelly's Island. We're fishing a lake on an island surrounded by another lake. It's crazy to think about.
It's pretty meta.
Yeah. Ace.
We're filming you?
Yeah.
So, you?
Yeah, me. The tail light.
You said you were
You had
gonna.
a close up on the car's ass. Hey guys, we've made it to the spot. I'm gonna do some rigging up right now. My rod's all rigged up. I've got a 7-1 6-stick. You guys know it's like my bread and butter. Back when him and I used to fish a lot, he either throw the flick shake, or I did throw the flick shake, and one of us throw something different. So I've got like literally, I think maybe one flick shake jig head, if even. Maybe I don't. I don't know. I gotta see. Oh, here we go. One flick shake. It's literally just a weighted jig head with like a small wide gap hook, almost something like you drop shot with, but it's got a weight on it. And then throw on a just a little finesse work while I throw the drop shot. Gotta time up a leader though, because we're fishing clear water. It's always good to have, here I'll show you what I like to use. It's always good to have some 8-pound fluorocarbon. It's key. Got your stick. I got my 2 sticks. Unnecessarily, I just need 1 rod, but whatever. And we're off. Gonna go find these strip quarry ponds back here. Wish us luck, guys. 2 rods, 1 rod, both finesse. I feel like finessing up a fish today. I'm just so in the mood to catch a clear water bass. So in the mood. Okay, cool. Made it to the spot. Money. Super low key, super low key. Mega extra low key. Okay, there we go. Nothing. Oh my God, that's frustrating. He's got it. There we go. There we go. About time. It's about time I caught one out of here. God, it took forever. Wow, you have no idea how good this feels. Right in the top of the mouth where it belongs. I have been just grinding it out right now, trying to get a freaking bite. All it took was to just stock one up. I've been casting at fish all day, like good sized fish. Of course, this is the smallest one I see. And sure enough, he ate immediately. He did what he was supposed to. I'm just glad I caught one. I can now leave this place saying I caught a fish out of here. Gonna get an underwater release. Nice one. Thank you so much, bud. So the thing is, normally when I'm approaching like a small body of water like this, I mainly stick to like Senkos, small jigs, maybe like a topwater popper, a fluke. But being in such a unique situation where like it's really clear and super rocky and almost reminds me of like a stone quarry lake, but yet it's a pond, I've opted to throw in a short leader drop shot, and that's something that I've never really done before. I think if I was throwing a little bit more natural color, it would probably excel maybe a little bit better, but it's the only color I've got, being that I only brought limited tackle with me on the road. So I'm making it work. There's one. Oh, there we go. Second cast after. I don't even know where that fish came from. No way. No way, no way, no way, no way, no way.
Bring me.
Nice. Look how he ate that. Right at the bottom of the lip. My second fish of the day. Not a mondo, but still a beautiful one. Clear water releases. There's nothing cooler out there.
Oh, Charlie, come on. Bring me his lips, his wild, hungry arms, and all of the love I need. And I'm waiting.
That was fun. It's not every day that you get to say you fished a pond on an island surrounded by a pond. It's just kind of weird concept. But yeah, I was a little worried there at the end. I didn't think I was gonna be able to catch anything, but those two fish showed themselves back to back like that. Sometimes I'd rather fish small stuff like that than the big stuff like Lake Erie. I mean, I've got a great lake right here and I chose to fish that tiny little thing. So it's kind of ironic now I'm thinking about it. I mean, there were carp, there were catfish in there were rock bass, there were bluegill, and of course the kicker is the fact there was largemouth in there. Any last comments?
Yeah, remember, kids, keep fishing, never stop.
Well, that's not the end of the video. I'm probably gonna keep filming.
That's my final thought is.
Dad-
Here's my final thought. You want my bit of dad advice
Yeah.
for today? If you want to catch panfish, don't leave the panfish
Oh,
in
yeah.
the car.
Yeah, whose fault was that?
Hashtag dad move.
I take partial responsibility because I actually saw it,
claim it.
and I was like, maybe he just doesn't want to fish for panfish. Anyway,
I claim it.
mission success. Small pond, Corey mission.
Big dreams.
Done. Let's talk baits. I don't normally do this. I should probably do it more often, especially at the end of my videos when I'm wrapping up like a day out in the water. But right now I want to take a moment to talk about all the baits that I've used from the start of this lakeside trip all the way up to the end, because unfortunately this is the last day here in Northern Ohio. Start off with the first bait. This right here is a 1/4 ounce bait buffet finesse jig. Easily one of my favorite finesse jigs of all time. I'm a northern angler, so I like fishing finesse jigs. The lighter the better, the less bulky the better. That's just kind of my mindset. On the back of that, I've got a little Rage Craw. The part of Lake Erie that we were fishing this entire time was deep, it was rocky, it was clear. Perfect area to throw something like this, and this happened to catch my first fish. Just for reference, all the baits that I talk about today will be linked in the description below, so you can pick one up or multiple up for yourself. Worked like a dream, caught I think maybe my biggest fish of the trip. The second one, let's go with the crankbait. Last time I was here when I was like 14 years old, this bait right here cleaned up shop. But it was kind of a cool technique to take this, drop it down, and do some shore trolling, walking back and forth along the pier, and I did manage to catch a few. This is a perfect little color for when that water gets a little bit dirtier. This water clarity would fluctuate. When it would rain and get windy, it would get dirty, and then when it would get calm, it would kind of flatten out and get clear again. Boom, that out of the way. I would say the most effective and the lure that caught the most fish this trip was just a plain old drop shot. Got a little worm right here. There's a 4 1/4 inch. Got a tiny little mosquito hook. I don't know if you can tell how tiny that is, but it's fairly tiny. A lot of people like to use these big bulky hooks. The smaller the better. The farther back they can get in the roof of their mouth, the better my hookup ratio is. And just below that, I've got a 1/8 ounce to sometimes a 1/4 ounce lead drop shot weight. Then the last bait that wasn't the most effective, but easily one of the most fun to fish this trip was the popper. Regardless of the chop, regardless of all like the rockiness of Lake Erie, this thing still excelled, and I still caught some decent fish on, especially at the end of the day. So that's it. Those are the baits I used to catch these fish here at Lakeside and Lake Erie. You could tell these fish were doing a lot of different things. They were looking up, they were looking down, they were looking directly in front of them, I guess. I don't know. Pretty sweet to catch them on so many different types of tactics. Okay. Next, let's talk about the two rods that I use the most. Start off with the casting. The casting I use mainly for the crankbait and the jig. This is a 7.11 gear ratio casting reel. And the rod that I had paired with this reel is one I've just been beating the hell out of. I've been putting this thing straight up to the test. This is the Phantom by Favorite. This is probably one of my favorite rods I make. I think it's around 140 bucks. This is a 7-foot medium heavy action rod. I use this for topwater, I use this for jigs, I use this for Texas rig. This is like an all-around good multi-purpose stick, and it hasn't given me any issues yet. I know that may seem biased coming from someone who is a partial owner of Favorite, but seriously, I wouldn't be telling you guys this if I didn't truly believe it. I have had no problems with this rod thus far, and it looks good too. I mean, that's pretty sick, like that black and gray camo with the red accents. It's a sexy little rod. The rod that I used for the topwater fishing and the drop shot fishing is this dude right here. This has been like my go-to spinning rod. So this one is a 7-1 medium action 6-stick. This is actually less expensive than the Phantom spinning, and I prefer this 6-stick spinning over the Phantom spinning. It's got a softer tip meant for drop shot fishing and shaky head fishing. And with that, I've got possibly one of my new favorite spinning reels. This is actually the Phantom favorite spinning reel. It's in a size 2000, so I can fit a decent amount of braid. And then on that, I run some fluorocarbon, leader 4 to 5 feet of leader attached to my mainline braid. So that way I'm not wasting line and wasting money on buying new spools every time I need to get some fresh line for a fishing trip. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys. I really hope you enjoyed these Ohio Lake Erie vlogs. It's been an absolute pleasure bringing you guys along with. Again, all the tackle will be linked in the description below. If you made it this far in the video, and if you're one of those hardcore, you know, fishing John B viewers, then leave me a comment, I don't know, that has to do with Flair's hairline, or maybe my hairlines as it looks so bad right now. But anyway, just drop me a funny comment. Let me know that you made it this far in the video. I really appreciate all of the support, all the love over the past couple of days. It's crazy how much this channel has grown, and I have you guys to thank for that. All right, that's it. I'm done rambling. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And as always, folks, keep fishing. Never stop. This is like the start of like Deliverance. Kid just walking in the middle of the woods, looking for a pond with largemouth bass. This is just not a good idea.